Hey guys, welcome to EURUSD review for April 15th, Tuesday. I have some setups I want to review as well for Monday night. Last we spoke, I talked about this bull flag that was the range that we're trading in and what I think we're consolidating around. Right now, today, we tested the middle of it, looking potentially at more downside. Let's get right to it. I want to talk about Monday evening. We had a setup, and I want to discuss that setup right here. So, um, this was a major zone. I had it marked as a dip in recovery. We're on the 15-minute chart here. Um, Here we did not dip below, but we just got there. We tagged directly. One could have longed after the second candle here when you start pushing back up. This is about 17. This is about 20, 3 points above. So 1317-ish, 1320-ish, almost 1321. So you saw that the price was respecting the level and then we started pushing up. You could go long there if you wanted with the stop loss below this low or a little bit below maybe this minor level right here, and that would have worked out. As you can see, that went from 20-ish all the way up to 34, so like 13 points. That's a great long. I did not take that. What I did take though was the failed breakdown right here that occurred. Really simple failed breakdown. We came down, we set a low, we popped almost 17 points. That's a quality low, and then we undercut that low right here, and then we reclaimed it. That worked out great. Let's look at that and on the 5-minute chart, just because I want to show you how it looks like potentially. So a lot of times we'll get a push through. So if this white line, if I use that as my reference for the trigger, I don't need to use it as a reference. I can just put a green line. I can use this white line. A lot of times that's why minor levels are there, as well as sometimes major levels, where you can just use that as a point of reference. Here we went through with force right away, 4 points, and then I was waiting for it to come down, but it didn't, and it kind of stayed up there. So in that case, I saw a low risk reward where the low was only about 7-8 points below, so I went long. That's it. Price at a low, came up, I waited for the sell. We dipped and recovered like I was looking for. We pushed through. I could have gone long here on the recovery of the level as well as the failed breakdown combo. I waited 5 minutes to see if price wanted to sell. It did not, so I went long, and the rest is history. The rest of the trade worked out great. Moving forward, I don't like to trade ideally when the volatility is low. After 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and most of the times from my experience, we don't really get a setup around there. So let's get back to this Thursday, Monday evening. Like I said, I took the failed breakdown and dip and recovery entry right here. That worked out. This level tested. This would have been the next reclaim level. We tested it once, pushed through, but never stayed up. I would have wanted to see this, see the trigger, right? This is what triggered it, and then a push above. We didn't get that until late at night at 4:15. That would have been a long around 1368, and that would have went for 11 points. So that would have been a good long. You would have taken profits right up here, and your runner would have trailed out. Also at 3 a.m., which is a great time to trade. 3 a.m. every day almost always produces a move. We got a direct back test here. Since it came down and bounced right up, you would have gone long a few points up. You would have considered it a second entry for this failed breakdown, dip and recovery. Let's just look at 5 minutes again for educational purposes. Here at 3 a.m., we came down, tagged it, and bounced right above. Never went back below. So after the candle closed, not that candle closing matters, but after like 5 minutes, you would have seen the price stay above and started pushing up, and you could have gone long. Same thing around 1325, and your stop loss would have been right here, 1315-ish, so 10 points, not a bad stop loss to enter a trade. This is the low that we're referring to. Show you once again. Failed breakdown of this low. That worked out great. If you missed it, there's a back test. Enter the back test, direct back test. Awesome trade. Moving forward, to me, and I woke up, I noticed that we dipped. I was waiting for a setup. I didn't see anything up here. We started selling, perfect. We dipped this level and recovered it right away, closed above it. I noticed that we had these lows and this low here too. So 3 lows, a cluster of lows to work with for a failed breakdown. After this, I was bullish. I was looking to see if price would dip once more and push above. That's what we got. I went long. Trade worked out great, and my runner eventually faded out. Now, I took a loss today. Very sad about it because I knew it was not the move to make, but I went with it anyways, and I'll go over why. So here, this level was tested once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. It was a lot of the supply was used out from it, so I really assumed that it was going to short. I put that in my notes. What happens when you try to short is they trap you a couple times on the long side before they actually short. So here, people were trying to short below here. What did they do? They trapped you once. They're going to short below here, trapped you again. I got trapped right here. At 9:45, I truly thought we triggered. The sad part is, if I entered where I did, around 13.17, this went up 12 points, but I entered a little bit above around 13.20. I didn't take my profit here when it was 9 or 10 points up on profit, and I assumed that it would work out. It didn't, which is why taking profit is super important. My trade wasn't necessarily wrong, but I was too anxious to get more points, and I went from a green day to a red day. So it was very unfortunate, but you move on. Then we got another opportunity, as we always do usually, if you stay locked in. So we have a low here from Monday morning. We dipped below, we tagged this level exact. So here realistically, because we sold straight down for 30 points almost, and we tagged direct, we came up and we came back down, tagged it again and pushed off. You could go long there. I saw a low here, so I said, let me wait for that low to recover. So this low was directly at 12.95, 12.96. So when we went through around 12.98, 12.99, I went long, and that worked out well. I got some of my loss back, sold a little more up here, and then my runner got trailed out eventually. I was looking for another move, so I'm going to go to 30 minutes here real quick. I had another low that I was using to work with right here. I wanted to see if I could take that anywhere. So I saw price dip below here, dip and recover this level. That could have been a potential long, but because I was weary of more selling, I waited. I went long. Couple points right here, 78. I did not get much profit, so I did not take it, and then it just stayed in that area for a while. However, because we didn't lose this low, I stayed in the trade. Eventually, my trade went from 78 up to about 87, so about 9 points about. So then I took some profits on this pop at 3 p.m. and then my runner is just consolidating at this level. So a lot of stuff here. I did make a mistake by not taking profits. Although my mind was in the right place, I paid for it, a little bit of mental capital, but I got right back into my mindset, took the failed breakdown of this, took a mini failed breakdown of this, still have some position left, and hoping for some more upside. Let me get these levels out and see what we're looking at. As of now, we are in a currently an active failed breakdown of this low. So I do anticipate more upside. If not, then I can see us testing this macro level, maybe setting up a nice failed breakdown of this low, possibly even lower. And then I think we're continuing to go bullish, but sometimes price needs to take a break in order to build up energy.